Good morning and thanks for joining us after a very active day yesterday with 7 hours worth of tornado warnings. We also kept mentioning this flood threat, and it's something that's a very serious threat, and that's why we've got aerial flood warnings continuing until 11 o'clock tonight as residual flooding continues because we've got so much rain out of those thunderstorms yesterday that sat over the same spots. We've had multiple water rescues, some close calls for people that drove through flooded roadways. I mean, because look at these rainfall totals. Look at all of the reds and oranges just popping on that map. From Mountain Grove back down towards Ava, a couple isolated tornadoes what is this? Rain, sorry. Isolated rain rates that the radar is estimating were over 5 inches. Also back towards Stockton, Lockwood, and into Joplin, some very heavy rain there as well. It looks like Springfield literally just missed that bullseye of that heavy rain, but everybody around us did get some of that heavy rain. So again, multiple water rescues yesterday, last night, even as soon as just 2-3 hours ago. So please never drive through a flooded roadway. It does not take much for the water to take your car. Starting out with clouds in Springfield this morning, it's 60 degrees with southerly winds. That dew point drop back into the 50s. If we get that dew point to come back up again, that could fuel some more strong and severe storms by this evening and overnight. For now, what's left out of all the mess from yesterday is just a couple of showers to the south and east. We're looking at some light to moderate rain from Eminence and Salem, West Plains, and then back down towards Marshall and Jasper in north central Arkansas there, but not even a lot in the way of lightning. This is a plain rain with no severe threat. The front from yesterday that did all this damage it's shifted south and east. We've got to watch and see if it wobbles its way back up to the north and crosses the Ozarks again. If it does that, it could bubble up enough of that juice again like it did yesterday to fuel some severe weather. So for now, we've got a marginal risk for everyone. That's what the green is, and that means 1 or 2 storms could be strong to severe, and that's looking like the more likely scenario for us is that maybe we'll pop some storms with quarter to golf ball size hail or 60-mile-per-hour winds. That flooding threat remains widespread because of that residual flooding. If we can pop more juice in there, maybe we'll have to deal with another isolated tornado threat, but not nearly as active as it was yesterday. Again, you can see really backed off of the tornado threat for our area. This would mainly be a hail and wind threat, but we might have to update this because if we get a little bit more juice in there, we might be able to squeeze out an isolated tornado threat. Timing for this, I think, might be a little bit later. I think we'll have a lull in the afternoon and maybe just some clouds, and then we'll pop maybe a couple of more of those showers and storms later on in the evening and into the overnight. I kept the flood risk elevated because, again, we're dealing with that residual flooding, whether it rains or not. We're looking at that rain that we've got now exiting to the south and east by noon, maybe a little bit of a lull in the afternoon. That could cook the atmosphere again, where we get some more showers and storms by the late evening and overnight, and we have to keep an eye out for that severe weather. Then by tomorrow, same story. We'll keep that shower and storm chance. We could tack on another 1 to 2 inches of rain. And again, showing you those rainfall totals earlier, not great news. So we've got flash flood watches that go continuing until 7 a.m. on Thursday for that threat. As far as the severe weather, again, that's today. This is tomorrow. That threat pushes to the south and east with the front, but we might have to watch for, again, damaging winds, large hail. Showers possible Friday, but we should be clear of that severe weather. 75 today. New storms could develop by later on this evening. 62 overnight with that threat for showers and storms. 71 tomorrow. Rounds of showers and thunderstorms there. A couple of showers possible Friday. Looks like this weekend could be dry.
And up next, we check back in with Hannah Zettel, who is live this morning, getting a first-hand look at the destruction caused by that storm system from yesterday. Stay with us, everyone.
on our team coverage for you right now. Communities across the Ozarks who were hit with strong storms yesterday will need to start recovery efforts today. There's one neighborhood in Ozark that saw heavy damage to homes and cars.
That's where we find Hannah Zettel this morning. She is in Ozark at the Waterford neighborhood looking at that damage. Hannah, what can you tell us?
Lauren and Joe, good morning. I'm here in Ozark where this Waterford neighborhood is nearly destroyed. Houses across the area are missing roofs. There's debris everywhere. There are cars that have been damaged by falling trees, falling fences. And we did talk to a neighbor. He's a little shaken up and isn't able to join me out here right now. But he said that they had little warning, but they did have some warning at about 9 p.m. last night when it happened. And he said that you often hear that it sounds like a freight train. And he said it does indeed sound like a freight train. And once things kind of calmed down, he made sure that his children were okay. He started to check on his neighbors, and he checked on the woman who lives in this house that I'm standing in front of. He says that she's very ill to begin with, and he was able to find her in a closet. She was injured, and they were able to take her to the hospital. He then checked on other neighbors in the area, and even the homes that don't have outside damage. That does not mean that they don't experience severe inside damage. The neighbor we spoke with says that he will likely lose everything in the house because there's just so much water damage that's resulting from this. They did lose power, and he said that it came back at about 3 a.m. this morning. Once the sun comes up, Ozark schools are not in session today, so families will be able to survey what they have left, see if anything can be saved, but it's going to be a long recovery in this neighborhood due to the extent of this damage. We'll be back in a little bit, but for now in Ozark, Hannah Zettel, Ozarks First.
Thank you, Hannah, for that report. The Weather Service will be surveying that damage today, along with many other storm reports. So far, we've got 7 non-confirmed tornadoes. They become confirmed once they do that on the ground, and they'll do that today. We've got another threat for severe weather as we head through the evening and overnight. We'll detail that for you right after the break.
And now, Forecast First on KOLR10 News, Ozarks First.
Good morning and thanks for joining us after a pretty long day of severe weather yesterday. No severe weather this morning as far as tornadoes are concerned, but something that we detailed yesterday was that heavy rain. And this morning we're waking up to aerial flood warnings for all of our Missouri counties until 11 o'clock. This is where we're looking at, we had crazy rainfall totals, 4, 5, 6 inches for pretty much most of this area. So we're looking at residual flooding. Many water rescues have taken taken place, so please never drive through that flooded roadway. Clouds in Springfield, showers lingering to the south and east from that line from the overnight. Not severe. We're not even really seeing lightning out of this. It's just some regular rain, some light to moderate showers from Eminence back through West Plains, Mountain Home, and Yellville here. Again, a couple of these showers this morning that should exit by mid-morning. Temperatures at 60 degrees in Springfield and in Bentonville, 57 in Branson. I think we could have a little bit of a lull by dismissal, maybe just some clouds and temperatures in the 70s, but we'll pop some more storms by the evening, and if we could build enough juice, we could have an isolated threat at least for large hail and damaging winds in this green marginal risk. If we pop more juice, we could be looking at another isolated tornado threat, but you can see we've backed off that tornado threat from the Storm Prediction Center. Hail and wind, that primary threat, but we might need to tweak this again based on how much juice we can pump back into the atmosphere. Flood threat continues, whether it rains or not, because it will be residual flooding. It looks like that wind and hail threat will be later on in the evening and overnight hours. Here's that little bit of a lull that I think we'll have in the afternoon. A couple of showers and storms on the overnight, and then into tomorrow morning, more rain means another flood threat. Lauren.
All right, Elisa, thank you. Don't go anywhere. We are wrapping up this hour when we come back.
Welcome back, everyone. Of course, we've been tracking all of the storm damage happening throughout the Ozarks from last night into the early hours today. Of course, though, you do not want to forget about your pets that are impacted because of damage to homes.
The Berry Electric Cooperative posted this photo of on Facebook of a lost dog, what appears to be a golden retriever, who was found last night in Wheaton at the Southwest Auction Barn, which we know has received heavy damage.
Yes, we've seen videos and pictures from there that it did have some heavy damage there. The post says a linesman found the dog laying in a ditch and was very scared. So just an alert to let you guys know out there if you happen to know this animal.
Yeah.
And its rightful owner. Great
that they found him. And again, like you said, a sobering reminder, when you pack your severe weather safety kit, for you and the kids, don't forget to put, stuff for the pets in there too. Take them with you into the bathroom, in the closet, and make sure you have their bones and water and whatever that the pets need too.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully this can be a happy story, the power of social media. Hopefully we'll be able to find the dog's home there.
That is what we hope for. We have a lot more to cover with you from the storms last night in our next hour of Daybreak. That gets going in a few minutes.